Today we're going to talk about the top 5 things that we think you need to do to prepare for the PPT training. I can't talk today. That's the pre-placement training that you have to take before you can be licensed to be a foster parent, or is actually part of the licensing process. So
a lot of these things are mental, right?
A lot of these things
are
are
physically things you need to do. It's just mental. The first one, understand that it's going to be overwhelming, right? Go into it knowing you're going to hear things that you're going to be like, whoa, what are we signing up for? I don't know if we can do that, right? And I think everybody goes through that, and knowing that you're gonna feel that, and so that when you do, I think to know, okay, this is normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I remember those people said we are gonna feel like this.
And keep in mind, there's 12 classes. But for 12 classes, you're going to get fed with a fire hose. They
have so much information that they have.
So much, because again, it's very, very different. And so, number one is just know it's going to be overwhelming. Tip number 2. Go into this training as if you've never had children.
To be honest, if you don't have children, you're kind of at an advantage.
You are.
Right? Because people like us who we went in and we already had several kids, and we're like, oh, we know how to be a parent. They don't need to tell us. And then he's, hearing things and he's like, well, that's not what I would do with my kid, So listen as if you don't have kids, you've never parented. Listen to how they're teaching you to parent, because you will need to parent differently. So take it with an open mind, like, oh, I don't know how to parent. Listen to what they say.
And then that rolls right into tip number 3 is to go into this training with an open mind, because they're going to say things that are going to be, trust me, they're going to say things and teach you things. You're going to go, what? Well, that sounds dumb. I remember we did a particular type of behavior training, and I really struggled with it because I thought this is never ever going to work, and the reality is it works really well, but it probably wouldn't necessarily work as well for a child that hasn't gone through trauma. So that's part of the hard part.
Having the mindset of this is dumb is really going to hinder you in really applying it well, right? And taking it in and learning about it. So thinking okay, I'm going to just open mind and give it a try before you say, oh, this is dumb, right?
Absolutely. Number 4 is don't be afraid to ask questions.
You've heard the thing, the only dumb question is the question you didn't ask.
Right.
It really is true.
Yes.
Don't assume oh, someone else is going to ask it or everybody else knows that, right? Because the more you ask questions, the more knowledge you have.
Absolutely.
And that situation may never come, but somebody else may hear it and they may have that situation,
Right. And so even if you're a quiet person and you listen, if you don't know something or you don't understand something, do not be afraid to ask that question. It's really important that you ask questions. And number 5 is take notes. We've heard of people that record sessions. You're going to need this information later on.
Right, you may take this class and the child that applies to whatever situation they're talking about, you may not have it for 6 months or a year, right? But it's nice to have that as a resource to go back. Wait, I know they talked about something like that in a class, right? Because you're more than likely not going to use it within a month or 2, right?
Absolutely. So take notes, record. Trust me, if you take notes or you ask if you can record the session, the trainers are going to they're going to love you because they're going to understand that you're taking this seriously. So those are our top 5 tips for getting ready for pre-placement classes. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We're constantly getting more information like this.